Clippers and the Chicago Bulls here, and what a ball game this was. The Clippers hold on and win it 130 to 127, and Kawhi Leonard, he reached 10,000 career points, and what an achievement here for him. And Leonard with 35 in this one, but we'll start off with the Bulls side of things. And we'll start off with Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine now, the last week, he's really getting it going and exploding for huge numbers. And in this one, 45 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 15 from 26 from the field, which is still a good field goal percentage of 100% from the line, and 10 of 16 from 3. So LaVine, he was feeling it. 10 3-pointers in this one, which he was unconscious. So Zach LaVine, this guy, he could score from anywhere on the court, and he's a total stud. And even on a bad Bull team, he's leading them to victories with his great play and big scoring ball games. So Zach LaVine, you're getting huge numbers out of him, and he went in most leagues second or third round. And this is going to continue the rest of the season for him, big games like this. Patrick Williams, a good game here for the rookie. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Williams. 3 of 5 from the three-point line and 6 of 9. So Williams, he's getting every opportunity. Lauri Markkanen, he's still out for this Bull team, but I don't even think it matters. Williams, he's still going to play a major role on this roster, and they drafted him early in the first round in the NBA draft for a reason. So it was good to see Williams have a game. He should be owned in most 12-team leagues and bigger leagues because he's going to start. He's going to play, like I said, and he's producing. Coby White, it wasn't a great scoring game for him, but it was great to see him have 13 assists in this one. So White, he's adding a little bit more of his game, it seems like, each and every game. And in this one, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists. So White, he was closing in on a triple-double in this one, but he missed it by a couple stats here. So a good game for White. White was a sleeper to me coming into the season, and now he's really paying off for the Chicago Bulls and fantasy owners. This guy, he definitely could play. Wendell Carter, another mediocre game. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 or 8 from the field. So these type of games and numbers are what you expect here from Wendell Carter. He's going to give you about double-digit points a game and 5 to 7 rebounds a game. And he's a decent center to have in most leagues. 8 and 10-team leagues, maybe get rid of him, but the rest of the way you should keep him. And Gary Temple with the spot start here with Otto Porter Jr. out with a lower back strain. So we'll see how long he's going to be out. But Temple, he filled in well here. 18 points, 6 rebounds and an assist. 3 or 4 from 3 for Temple. So Temple, he's a good ball player. He's a veteran, but he still don't have fantasy value in my eyes unless Otto Porter is going to miss a huge amount of time. Thaddeus Young, he had a pretty decent game here. 25 minutes of play, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 for 7 from the field. Young at this point, he still don't have fantasy value, but he's a player to keep an eye on, especially if Ford is out. Him and Temple, they're going to get more minutes over there in Chicago. Denzel Valentine, he had a pretty good game, 20 minutes of play, 10 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, but he has no value at this time, and that's it for the Bulls side of things. Now to the Clippers here, Serge Ibaka, another pretty decent game, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist, and Serge Ibaka, he's the third or fourth option here in this offense, is Ibaka. So right now, he's a player, he's still going to put up stats. He's the starting center here, and Zubac, he's not really a guy who's going to take minutes away from Ibaka. So you're going to deal with the big games and the mediocre games like this one for Ibaka, but he should be owned in most formats as well. Paul George, the great season continues here, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, so he was close to a triple-double here was George. Just in this one, his field goal percentage wasn't good, 8 for 19 from the field, but PG-13, he's way better this season than he was last. Last season, he had coming off of 2 shoulder surgeries, but this year he's healthy, he's hungry, and he's playing well for this Clipper team. So PG, if you got him as a little bit of a steal in your drafts, it's paying off big time for you right now. Pat Beverly, he don't have fantasy value. I've been saying this each and every time in these Clipper games I go over. 25 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 of 6 for 3. So Pat Beverly, he's a better real-life player than fantasy. He just doesn't do much of anything to help fantasy owners. Kawhi Leonard, what a season it's been for him. And right now, Leonard, he's been playing back-to-backs. He's not on load management, it seems. And he had a huge ball game in this one. 35 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. and a great 14 of 22 shooting and 7 of 9 from 3. So Leonard, his 3-point shooting's getting better this year. He's contributing for fantasy owners more than I expected. I thought Leonard would still be on the whole load management thing and not play any back-to-backs. But so far this season, he's been a stud where you drafted him in the second or third round. And he's playing pretty much every game. So Tyronn Lue, he's holding these guys accountable this season, unlike Doc Rivers did. Nicholas Batum, I recommended to add him this week, and he had a good game in this one. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 for 3 from the line, and he had 4 steals. Batum, he's not going to be the biggest of scorers, but he's going to add threes. He's going to get some rebounds and assists, and he's a big steal guy. And right now, I know Marcus Morris returned, but Batum, he's still going to have a role, and he's a guy you should still add on your fantasy team. He's available in 50% of leagues. Marcus Morris, his minutes are going up since he's returned now from injury. 25 minutes, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 of 5 from 3. So Marcus Morris, he's a player I would look at, keep an eye on. But right now, I got to see a few more performances and consistent playing time for me to add him in fantasy leagues. You know, Morris, he's a good scorer and rebound, and that's what he would do for fantasy teams. Lou Williams, he finally broke out in this one. 23 minutes of play, 21 points, an assist. A rebound and 4 assists, 6 of 10 from the field, and he added 1 3. So Lou Williams, I'm close to dropping him, and I'm probably going to recommend him this week as a drop. But right now, if you want to hold on to him, I understand. But this was only his second or third game of the year where it was a good one for him. Out of the 9 or 10 that the Clippers played, Luke Kennard, no value, 18 minutes, 5 points, a board and assist. There needs to be a major amount of injuries for Kennard to have value. Zubac, he did good in 15 minutes of play. 5.7 rebounds and an assist. The only way Zubac will really have value, though, if Ibaka or some other big man goes down here for the Clippers. But right now, at this time, he has no value.